Hello, everybody. Welcome to NUFC Talk TV. No intro, none of that nonsense, man. Because the intro we got set up is a joyous intro. It's an intro to dance, to be happy about. There's nothing to be happy about after this nonsense that we watched today. Welcome to the channel. Don't forget to smash that like button. Support the channel. You can super chat, help us support us that way. You can give memberships away. You can become a member yourself. Please do that on the bottom right hand corner. You click the dollar sign, and of course, follow the steps and help us out that way. But if not, hit the like button. Very important. Give us your opinion. We're about to Mighty Win. If you don't mind, throw the link out there in the chat, please, telling us to join us via the chat and that they don't need a camera or anything like that. All you need is your mic. Come on, have your say, have your opinion. Um, my take on this game. Excellent to start with. Offensively, we're a decent team, really good team. We did somewhat what we should have done. Well, we did what we did. Well done. We scored 2 goals. Great job. Isak could have scored a third. I think Murphy had another opportunity as well. But certainly that blunder by Isak, he should have scored that one, and he knows it. Tonali won at the end, but you know, I just don't understand how weak we are defensively, and how Eddie Howe still hasn't managed to fix it. I mean, Brentford, another mid-table team, and maybe that's where we're at though. Maybe that is where we're at. Maybe mid-table teams, that's our competition. Maybe those teams are going to give us trouble. We might give them trouble like we did in this game, but maybe that maybe that's what's happening. Got a lot of people joining now. Make sure you mute your mics though. Hold on, Tiger. Make sure you mute your mics. Everybody mute their mics, because I want to have my spiel first. And we got a lot of people joining. We're going to get into that. Just toothless in defense. Nothing. I mean, just poor, poor, poor. They scored easily. They score so easy against us, man. Our defense is rubbish, 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 rubbish. Made of butter, man. Incredible. They score on us so easy. Those shots and Bumo Wisa shooting like that is just wow, man. Wow, it's unbelievable what Newcastle United has become as far as just the form of the team. Eddie Howe doesn't help either. Those changes screw up the whole entire game. We had on the left Harvey Barnes doing his thing, and then we switched that. We bring in Gordon instead of just if you want to keep that 4-3-3, which I don't understand why you don't change, Eddie. He just put Gordon on the right, but don't screw up what Harvey Barnes is doing on the left already. And Tonali has to come on to fix it, right? He has to come on to fix whatever is happening. When he's a sub, he comes on when we're losing. Come here you go, Sandro. Help us, man. Help me not get sacked, Sandro, please. How can Sandro help a manager, when the only time he trusts him is when we're down, doesn't give him consistency. To be fair, Longstaff had a decent game in my opinion, but Tonali is still the best player. So we still get back to the same old same old. And at the very end, it was going to be a disaster. Trust me. At the very end, Pope out there, and Bumo steals the ball, and the only one running, the only one with a bit of heart, the only one with passion, the other one who maybe wasn't an outlet or wasn't making himself available for Pope to pass to, who I think he should have just hoofed it. But the only one with any level of compassion, any level of self of identity on this fucking team is Dan Burn, who goes down to the mud to at least keep this team's level of. I don't want to go too overboard, but the only one with the passion just goes down to at least keep this somewhat of a decent score, if you call that decent. 4-2 against Brentford. They did score anyway. So just rubbish, 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 and I don't even know what to say, man, because I just don't understand how you can dream of Champions League or a European football when you perform like this week in and week out. Let me bring in the mighty Wayne. Let me bring in Gary. Let me bring in Lewis as well. Tiger Studios in the background. But first of all, mighty Win. Well, give me. You've been promoting this forever, so
What have I been promoting exactly?
For the same nonsense. For Eddie Howe is going to fix it. He is War King, and he's this all this nonsense. What do you have to say about this performance tonight?
Well, I'd say first of all, I wasn't happy with the team, which I said before the game, and I said, as I've said in the past, you get judged on the results, and there's the result. So that's what you get judged on. As it happens, first half, it looked as though the changes he'd made, Tonali and Murphy both had, Murphy 2 assists, Tonali, reasonable game, not a bad game at all, hit the bar. So you could argue that the changes were justified, but it was apparent during the first half that J7 wasn't himself. He was losing challenges that normally he gobbles up for breakfast. And so he should have been off. And as Gary said, which hadn't occurred to me until he said it, he could have changed him at half time instead of 13 minutes later and not use a substitution window. And then when he makes the changes, as we've said during the commentary, why change multiple positions instead of just one? If you're going to bring Tonali on, bring him on for Longstaff. If you're going to bring Gordon on, bring him on for Bond. Keep the shape of the team the same. And he makes changes that then just so that second half, the first half, I thought we deserved to win. I thought we were the better team in the first half. And by tweaking J7 for somebody who wasn't carrying what appears to be a shoulder injury for J7, put somebody on for him, and that's all we needed to keep the same shape, the same patterns, the same method of play, and we could have gone on to win it.
Yeah.
Instead of which he doesn't, and then he starts bringing substitutions on that again nobody can understand. He's getting very, very hard to defend now.
Yeah. Let me. I see Andy as well. I think this is. Oh, well, this is London. Eddie. Andy. Sorry, Andy. You there? You hear us? I think he's there. Yeah, he's there. I see this Wi-Fi signal. Let me go. Sorry to skip you, Gary. Let me go with Lewis real quick though, and try to go into the lads. Lewis, what do you think about tonight's performance, mate?
As Wynn said, the first half we were brilliant. Second half we didn't even have a shot on target. That proves a point, doesn't it? We didn't have. Well, we had the shot right at the end, but still, that proves a point. We didn't even have probably just one shot on target in the second half. Where was the urgency and like that in the compared to the first half? There was nothing. I thought maybe because we were like gunning in there and said, right, we can do this. And I said this a couple of times. We play brilliant. We play brilliant against the big teams. We play crap against the small teams. Just there's the thing, isn't it? It's there watching the game today, but it's just one of those things. At least,
Yeah, that's true.
yeah, it's hard to explain, but yeah, I mean, it's awkward because it feels like we can't get to Europe now.
Yeah. You have the link there to jump on and have your say if you want to have your opinion. Well, last but not least, though, Lewis, how do we move forward, man? What do you think? It's just
If like if we play the team like if I know we had a couple of injuries, fair enough for that game, but I would have kept the same 11 for this game because if we had the same 11 as the Liverpool game, we could have won that game. But move forward, try and just pick the same 11 again. But I know it's only been a couple of days, but so be it.
Yeah, it's hard to defend. To be fair, I mean, I would say that the changes did work in the first half. It's just about and against my wishes, to be fair, because I didn't think that we needed changes, but it worked for a certain extent until Eddie Howe breaks games, man. He does it all the time, and then he tries to fix that 5 minutes later. What's the point? What's the point? Gary, what a flat tire we just caught.
Listen, because I was obviously doing my bit of a rant during commentary, so let the boys talk, and then if we've got time, I'll come in at the end, mate.
Well, we get chance.
Because I know everybody's dying to get their stuff off the chest.
Yeah. Let me go with Tiger Studios. Are you in the car, mate?
Yeah, I'm just going somewhere. So
Okay.
I thought I'd
Well,
jump in quickly.
yeah, of course, of course. Go ahead and give me what is your take on this game, man? Tiger Studios in the building.
Well, I'm fucking fuming at that result. At the same time, I was expecting it. You know, the Liverpool game was just paper over the cracks. I don't know why. I said why people were getting excited for. You know, Liverpool were playing shit and we were playing our best and they still got a result. Today was a fucking joke. We lost the game before the match even started. Why are you taking off your best midfielder and replacing him with Longstaff? And then you're bringing on Harvey Barnes for Gordon. What is he doing? Honestly, I'm fucking done with this manager, man. Get him out of this club. And I said to you after the West Ham game, PIF need to, if we want to save our season, PIF need to sack this man now. Because we're going down. If we want to get European football or win a cup, the PIF sack this guy now. I swear to God, I'm done with him. I'm done with this guy, man. I don't even care about the result, but the performance. You know, everyone was shit. Everyone, and before this match, everyone was saying, "Bring Miggy on the right." What the fuck did he do when he came on?
Yeah, I was one of them, but I was
Answer that.
wrong.
What the fuck did he do? And where the fuck was Wilson?
You asked Mighty Win that.
Honestly,
That's
done with
Mighty
it.
Win's. That's Mighty Win's lawyer. That's Callum's lawyer, Mighty
Done with
Win.
it. And there's still fans out there, Chris, saying that, oh, we got to back out. No, fuck this guy and fuck the happy clappers as well. They can fuck off and all when he's gone.
Well, calm down,
That's
calm
it.
down,
That's my
calm down,
rundown. That's
calm
it.
down. Well,
Oh,
no, you're
language,
right.
Timothy, language.
You're no, you're right. Listen, it's a heated
It
opinion,
is.
obviously. But
Always that.
well, Tiger, you need to go, or do you want to hold on a bit?
Fuck no.
No, I'm gonna go. I said my piece, and
All right.
I just
Well, there
hope
you go.
everyone is Eddie Howe out now, and they've woken up and seen the shit. So yeah.
There we go. That's Tiger. See you, Tiger. Thank you for joining,
See
mate. That was Tiger.
See you, Tiger.
Tiger, very heated, Tiger, and it is what it is. It is what it is. Um, let me go with what the hell's going on? Why can't I make a switch? Anyways, let me go with Andy. Do you hear us for the first time ever?
Yeah, hi there. Can you hear me?
Well, no, I got two. We actually got
Uh,
two Andys. Andy Bell, though. Do you hear me?
he's offline, mate.
Oh, he's
Yeah, I
offline.
can hear you very faint.
Oh, he's there. He's there. He's there.
He said, "Oh, there you go. Andy
Yay!
Bell can hear us, man." But listen, before we go to Andy from
Borrowing the
London,
phone off me mate, but I can hear you.
well, that's what it is.
Brilliant.
But before we go with Andy from London, let me go with Andy Bell from Newcastle because he's been wanting to join for 10 years and he's just getting the opportunity to do that. So, Andy, say your piece, mate.
I think for me this game has summed up what we've been lacking all season. The link between the defence, the midfield and the attack. If you look at everything that Brentford do right today, you will see exactly what we do wrong all season. We cannot get that ball to the front. When the front three get in the game, we are a threat. We could not get the ball to the front three today without Brentford making it difficult. And it's been like that all season. And then when they do put us under pressure, like every side, we just, I'm sorry, when you're conceding 6 goals in 2 games, you've got problems.
Seven.
And then you're not starting. Let's get this. Before the Liverpool game, Tonali had played more football for Italy than he had for Newcastle. Why? It's not on, mate. It's not on. I like Eddie. I do. But when people make bad decisions, you've got to just say, "Come on, mate." Like, if he wants to fall on his sword, at least go out on your sharpest one.
Mm.
Go out on the one that you've got Tonali in the side, you've got Gordon in the side. Start them. If the game goes to shit, you've got Harvey Barnes. You've got the likes of Miggy to come off the bench. We went into that game thinking that we're going to keep it tight and then hit them later on. That's exactly what we did, in my opinion. His subs were set up for later on. He didn't think of what if now. Brentford are well known to score goals early in games this season. Why didn't we pick up on that?
Yeah, yeah. There's a lot of fair questions. And to be honest, I don't know. And I don't even think in this channel, as far as the panel is concerned, The one that really defends Eddie Howe is a mighty win. He
Well, I
loves
think
them,
what Andy
but
said there was very insightful, because he said if he's going to fall on his sword,
needs to, yeah.
fall on his sharpest sword. And according to Eddie, obviously, Longstaff and Murphy are part of his sharpest sword,
But then that's the problem, isn't it?
and therein lies the problem. Yeah.
Therein lies the problem. Let me go with Benjamin Maven. Benjamin, I'm sure you are a heated a guy
Yeah.
that he gets hot as well. So what do you think, mate, about this tonight's performance?
Merry fucking Christmas. This is bullshit. You got you.
I'm gonna try and keep the language down a bit, boys.
Yeah,
Yeah,
sorry. You and you. You got your Christmas backgrounds, and I
it's
love it.
Christmas, man.
But it's not a Merry Christmas. This is rubbish, guys. Uh, the the first half, to me, we looked good. We looked
Yeah.
good. Despite conceding 2 goals, we look good because we answered their 2 goals. They got to go. We got to go quickly. They got to go. We got to go quickly. Right? Right. So Eddie could have done anything. He could have put Tonali on at the half. He could have put Gordon on at the half. He could have done anything. Uh, the substitutions he's making is I don't get it. Joe Linton was absent today.
Mm.
I just don't understand what this guy's doing, and I am full on Eddie out.
Mm.
Enough. It's enough. It's enough for me. I'm done. I'm almost speechless because this was almost embarrassing. The second half was embarrassing. They had all the ball. They had all the chances. We did nothing. This was an embarrassing performance, guys, and I'm sorry, Eddie's done. That's enough.
Wow. Well, that's another
Chris,
Eddie
I'm going to
out.
head off.
Yeah, go on, Lewis. Appreciate you, man.
Yeah,
Appreciate you for
if I
staying up,
don't
brother.
see you, Chris, have a Feliz Navidad.
Feliz Navidad, man. Merry Christmas to you, brother.
Merry
If you
Christmas.
say, but we gonna see you, man. No worries.
I know,
We're gonna
but
see
there's
you
a
on.
game
No
that don't
worries.
come on. That's what I'm just saying that for.
And I'm gonna see you on in January when I go to the tune. I'm sure.
No
So,
problem.
Nevada, man.
Chris, message me on WhatsApp when you're coming over, and I try and meet you when I'm working. I try and
I
be at
got
the
you, man.
Cibbo Robinson statue, and I can see you in person.
Gotcha, man. We're gonna have fun. No worries. We'll
No
see you,
problem.
man.
See you, Chris.
Take care, mate. Take
Joe
care.
Lewis.
All right. So that was Lewis. Let me go with Dom is going as well. So let me go with Dom Milburn is in the building as well. Who was Andy? Andy, sorry, Andy from London. Andy, what do you think, mate?
Yeah, hi there. Can you hear me?
We can
Yeah,
hear you
loud
loud
and
and
clear.
clear.
Yeah, once again, Eddie out, man. This guy, I don't know what he does. I don't know why he changed to Nolly. Like, why you bringing Longstaff, and why you taking Murphy out? Like, and then changing the position of Lewis Hall, and like he's playing plays out of position, and then they don't really want to try, and then you do a Sunday league mistake where you pass back, and then it goes further to the other players and then they score, and I don't get it. Like, enough is enough, man. Eddie out. Come on, like, we're not gonna progress. Like, we're not gonna get the title. We're not gonna get Champions League like this. We're not gonna get Europe like this. Okay, cool. If you wanna accept Newcastle as a mid-table bottom half, maybe okay, cool. We're good. We're good. Like, we're not gonna get relegated as of yet. No. But if you're expecting like
Getting there.
Champions League, Europe, and stuff like these, I'm sorry, my friend, but you're living in Lulu land. If you think Eddie is gonna get anything out of this team, I'm telling you, unless there's a big change, nothing is going to change. And we've been doing this for many times. It's got to be Eddie out by at least. Okay, let me tell you this: if we play Leicester and we somehow win, right, or get a draw, and then we pass the cup afterwards, everyone's gonna be like Eddie in, like Eddie in. I don't understand where people to get this Eddie in. Like, for me, it's Eddie out. It's always been. It always will be. We will not progress with this guy. and I guarantee you nothing will change unless Eddie is out. That's it. Simple. Done. No questions asked. No questions. What you call it? Answered. That's it. Eddie out. I don't want to hear no more, man. I've had enough. I've had enough. Enough is enough. That's
We
it.
got you. We got
That's
you.
what
Well,
the
listen,
Chris,
go on.
Don't sit on the fence, man, Andy. Don't sit on the fence.
Certainly not.
you say one thing, Chris.
Yeah.
Chris, if we don't break the bank for Embuemo in January, that guy. Imagine that guy on our
That
squad.
guy's amazing. That guy was amazing tonight. But let me go. Let me go with Don Milburn. Dom, certainly.
Well, I know nothing, by the way, and I've been wanting him for 2 seasons.
You have. You have.
Well,
Well
you
done.
definitely don't know nothing because you've been advocating for this. Dom, go on. What you think about this game, man? Dom, do you hear us? Dom, Dom, go on. Well, we don't hear Dom. I don't know if you want to switch your mic settings or something. If they're not switched already, I don't know if you hear us, but we certainly don't hear you. So, well, meanwhile we wait for Dom, we can open up the discussion, open up the debate, and everybody's got a chance to come on and have their say
There was just a
about.
comment. There was just a comment there. I can't remember who it was, but it said Embuemo would get nerfed by Eddie Howe's tactics, even if we had him. Do you agree with that?
Yes, and Burma will
Well,
change dramatically with
And
Eddie Howe.
yeah,
I wonder if he would play him. I don't know.
He'll, he'll play him out of position for sure.
Well, I mean, this is.
I guarantee that.
I know it can be funny, but Tonali doesn't play. He's not a consistent player. Now you can say, well, we don't have anything, but I tell you what, Murphy might become the long staff of the right wing with the issue that we're having if we get a right winger. He might still place Murphy in because he believes Murphy can do. And listen, there's nothing to do with Murphy's talent because I think he's somewhat of a talented guy. He can do a job, but he's certainly not the best right winger we can have, and especially in the midfield as well. Longstaff is not that, even though he had a nice game today. But my concern is that the best players don't play, and besides that, man, what is going on with the defenseman? It's just
I tell you
utter
something, Chris.
rubbish.
Chris,
Uh,
if you put top Premier League players in front of Eddie,
It's not
he
your dad.
does
that's
not
my old
know
man. What's up,
Eh,
how
Dad?
to
eh,
manage
that-
them. Finish.
exactly. Well, that's Steve right there. That's Pittsburgh Mac's dad. That's Benjamin's dad. I think it might be a bit of a static. Do you hear us, Steve? I think he's frozen there though.
Come on, Dad, sort yourself out.
we gotta get it sorted. Like he doesn't care if Benjamin is on me. He wants to have his opinion. I wonder if that's him on the
Come
chat. It
on,
says his
Steve.
name is Steve on the chat without a picture or anything like. Because we've seen him before,
Yeah, it could
so
be.
it could be him.
I just sorted him out last weekend.
Yeah. Well,
Oh, here we go.
I
Maybe.
think we're getting some motion there. Steve, are you there? You hear us? Probably not, man. It might be internet issues, but we would definitely love to have his opinion on what he thought of it. Because his face, though, you see his face. He's not happy,
He's
man.
not happy,
He's not a
buddy.
happy buddy.
Oh
Oh,
No.
man,
here we
Can I
go.
can
Maybe.
I ask you a question, please?
Yeah,
When are
go
we
on.
all gonna agree with Eddie Howe? What is the last situation? What is the
Well,
last straw for you guys?
listen, I think
Well, you've got my last straw. My last straw
No,
is if
honestly,
we.
I want a direct answer to my question, please. When are
Yeah,
we
well, I'm
all
saying
Eddie
my
Howe?
last straw is if we aren't within 3 points of Champions League after the
no,
Christmas fixtures, then he's got to go.
man, that's crazy.
That's reasonable, you know. That's
We're certainly getting there, and you don't have much time left, to be honest. Me, I
Well,
really
less
didn't.
time left after today. I was expecting 13 points at least
what about you,
from
Chris?
from the five
Look,
fixtures.
I'm not actually haven't set myself a requirement as far as how long. I've always said give him until the end of the season so he can have a good reasoning to say, look, I tried it. We gave him a shot. He didn't work out. Let's get a new manager. But it's more importantly based on the fact that who are we going to get? And I don't want to get another gatekeeper. I don't want to get another Eddie Howe. I want to get a proper elite manager. And I think when you need time, I don't think you're going to get him in the winter. I don't think you're going to get him now. Let's look at the ones available. Some of them are under contract, and so that's more of my worry because I'm already leaning towards Eddie out. but because he's just not getting it done. He's not getting it done.
He's making, you know, inexplicable. Let's not say stupid. Inexplicable decisions.
Dom Miller says Chris getting splinters on that fence. I'm on the fence. Yeah, but Dom, you were in the show though. What happened? Could you not hear us, or what was going on there? Charles says, Chris, do you want to be fighting relegation? No, I don't. But we're not there yet. Obviously, that is something catastrophic. And I put a clause in my thing said something catastrophic needs to be happening for me to be clearly 80, which I'm leaning towards already. Listen, let me go to the comments though. People want to have their opinion shown and expressed. We're going to try to show as many comments as we can. So let me go there. Beer Viking. Burn might have passion, but has no quality, no legs, constantly out of pace. A place I could beat him at Twister. Well, I agree with you there. I mean, the guy gives his best, but he's just clearly not.
Yeah, Bacon he might like playing Twister with Dan Burn. I prefer to play with ladies.
Yeah. Brent says Murphy won real assist. He's saying Tonali, but talking about Longy. Longy was invisible. Our midfielder was poor. Well, that's
Longy
one
wasn't
opinion.
invisible. That's a lie straight away.
No,
Longy
but
wasn't
but because it depends on how everybody think that. So that is Steve's account. That is. These results are a sure way of losing Isak, Gordon, Tonali, Bruno in the summer. These guys.
Yep.
Oh, show that one again. Oh, there we go. I showed it. Don't want to hang around a mid-table team. Exactly.
Right. Yeah,
And
I
that's
agree with that, Steve.
it is. And we got to get him on, man. Come on.
Chris, in
It's
regards
fine.
to
Internet
Chris, I
connection,
just
man.
want to say one thing before I go. In
Yeah.
regards to you saying shots, okay, shots. What's the next shot? Or how we're gonna get this? Or how we're gonna do that, mate? The flu shot's been out for many years, for hundreds of years, and the flu's still there. I'm telling you, Eddie in it's Eddie Lurgies. He's the Lurgies for Newcastle. He's the bogey for Newcastle. We need to get him out. We need a clean state. We need a whitewash. We need to format the disc. We need to go back to the drawing board and get everyone out of the backroom stars and start from brand new. And until that happens, no change is gonna be done. You can sing lullabies, you can say whatever you want, you can drop up and down, but it's Eddie out, my friend. Enough is enough. I'm out.
There you go. All right,
And,
mate.
and,
Well,
and,
you
and
take
then,
care,
and then
brother.
you get the flu out and you get COVID in.
There you go. We'll see you, Andy. Appreciate you,
Take
mate.
care, man. What
Thank
was
Cheers,
you.
that,
Andy.
Chris? Mighty Clapper. You remember my saying? The fear of control.
Well, yeah, oh yeah,
The
that was a
currency
good
of
one.
Oh
control.
yeah, you're the man.
I'll
Yeah,
see you later. Take
fear
care.
is the control of the masses.
Take
There we go. All right, mate.
lovely.
Well, you take
Take
care, Andy, and appreciate it.
Good man, Andy.
We
Yeah,
respect
I had that
everybody's.
written down.
We certainly respect everybody's opinion. Alfred, do you hear us? The Icelandic Geordie.
Ulfa, my
Yes, the
man.
Hello.
conqueror.
Oh,
I
fun
cannot
man. We
hear.
got
I
Alfred.
cannot hear any sound.
Go, keep going. Go. I mean, you can hear us if
I
you give us
cannot
a
hear
bit.
any sound. Can you put up the
Yeah. Go
sound?
on, go on.
Go on. Keep going.
Oh,
Go
let me see.
on. Go on, mate. Say your piece. He heard us though. We put him on the.
No, he can't. He can't hear
Oh
us.
no!
Oh,
Now we
yeah,
can't hear you.
No,
You got me. You're muted. You're muted though.
take your mute off.
You muted yourself. There we go. We hear you. Oh, you unmuted yourself again. Say something over. Yeah, he can't hear us. Unfortunately, some people can't hear us on this software, which is unfortunate. But we're gonna have to get to that. Let me unmute. There you go. He's unmuted though. He's unmuted. He's trying to read. Look at him trying to read like this. Oh wow, Michael Antonio was airlifted to the hospital after serious crash. Wow. I did not know that.
No,
Play with
normally.
us. Good,
Yeah.
Well, yeah,
Yeah,
prayers up
best.
for
Best wishes for him.
yeah. That's crazy.
Can
Jordan,
you hear me?
yes, we can hear you.
Yes.
We can hear you. Keep going.
Just keep speaking.
I cannot hear anything.
Don't matter. Just
Well,
keep.
doesn't matter.
Just talk.
Talk.
Give Ulfa a text and tell him to talk.
We need to give people instructions to just talk. Well, there we go.
Yeah.
Alfred's gone. Steve, do you hear us? Steve's is frozen though in time, and he's got some static there. He's got some static.
I think Steve's tearing the apartment apart, mate. He's so mixed, man. He's there.
Yeah, man.
He's
Well,
ripping paper, mate. I'm telling you now.
yeah. But anyways, let's get into the comments here. Jordy Dan, pathetic. If we want to go to the next level, we might have to bring in a proven winner. We do not owe Eddie a living. He needs to manage games to win. This isn't happening. Absolutely pathetic.
Listen, I
Right.
agree.
There we go. Steve says, "Oh, there's that. We are becoming a small team," says Steve right there. Man, it's crazy
Yeah.
because that. Look, man,
I'm-
we have not done anything to become a big team. That's certainly. So Dom Milburn as well in the chat. I don't know if Dom can hear us. Dom,
You there, Dom?
you
Just
might not
heard
hear
some
us.
movement. No, I
Yeah,
don't know what it is with.
we hear them, but
Yeah. Oh, yeah. They just don't hear us for whatever reason it is. They just don't hear us.
yeah. Mac debates Steve. They are part of the reason we are a mid-table team. Tony T says there's no goals in midfield and have no set piece specialist. Well, the thing, what do you guys think about what's his name? Trippier coming on full. What Lewis Hall coming up? Nothing makes sense, man. Nothing makes sense.
Here's the thing: in the last 3 games now, Bruno has been in the box or the edge of the box with good shooting opportunities. He's had 5 that I can think of, and he hasn't made one of them count.
Yeah,
and that's when he's on about goals from midfield. Bruno's not doing his share in that respect.
Well, Steve, how's it going, mate? All good?
Yeah. Besides Newcastle, I can't lie. I'm just enjoying the football from around Europe, man. I'm chilling.
Yeah. Well, what do you think about the next performance, mate?
Yeah. I knew we were gonna lose. Brentford have now scored. Oh shoot, my. Is this better? My mic.
Yeah. We got you now.
31.
Thank you. Just putting that out. Yeah, I mean, look, Brentford. Let's not kid ourselves. Their home record is the best in the Premier League. They've won every single home game except one draw. They've been on smoke this year. We've been poor away from home, and now this is 3 trips to West London, 3 L's. We're up and down, inconsistent under Eddie Howe, and players also just like horrible. That second half was just a complete battering. That was like, we got killed out there, guys. We got absolutely killed out there. This whole thing is dead. Eddie Howe, it's over. What is there to back anymore? Where is the improvement going to come from? It's not going to come from Eddie Howe no more. We need to move along, and the squad as well. Brentford are bringing on Kevin Schade, and we're bringing on Murphy. Brentford, money wise, haven't played in Europe before, and they're new to the Premier League. And there's so much wrong with all of this. I'm not. When the goals went in, I wasn't like upset, like anger upset. More of just like, here we go. This is no surprise to me. And yeah, we just got schooled out there.
Yeah.
There was like a 5-minute stretch when we were down 3-2 when we were pushing for the equalizer, but then Brentford easily just took back control, and then they had that chance at the very end that Burn done well to block. But yeah, from a defensive perspective, lack of organization. With Mbeumo, some of the touches from Mbeumo today were absolutely terrific. He was great. But yeah, they schooled us, man. That was a flattering 4-2, which is crazy.
Could have
yeah,
been
we're
5.
poor.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it could have been even worse if we weren't playing around. But I'm gonna Dom Milburn is there, so speak on Dom. You're muted though. Go on, speak up. He told me to give him a thumbs up when he wants to speak. So well, he's probably speaking, but he's muted himself. So there we go. We hear you now.
Okay,
we hear
can
you
you
now.
hear me?
Go on.
Hey,
we
there,
got
Dom.
you. We got you.
God, Dom.
Right, I can't hear anyone for some reason, so I'll just make a few points and then I'll go.
Yeah.
So, apparently I give the lads too much credit. I put before the game that would lose 3-1. We lost 4-2, almost 5-2. And this is why I wasn't wetting me knickers, like all the happy clappers were. after Liverpool because I'd seen the West Ham game before that. I'd seen the who else
Palace.
did we play? God, I can't remember. There's been so many awful performances
Palace,
recently. I've just sort of given up. And same today. Starts off okay, get a couple of goals in the first half, but look defensively fragile. And yeah, he makes a couple of substitutions, moves multiple players around for no reason, and we end up losing the game because of it. We lose all of our balance. And yeah, this is why Howe isn't the guy to take us forward. And if things continue like we aren't going to get anywhere near to the European places, and we'll be lucky to get in the top 10. So I'm just sort of give up at this point. Like, if you want to keep elite players like Isak, Bruno, Tonali, Botman when he comes back, we aren't going to do it. Losing 4-2 to Brentford, like, I just don't see what's going to happen at this point to make a change. And we saw it last season, losing to Luton away, losing to Nottingham Forest at home. People use the excuse of injuries, which you can use an excuse, but the performances haven't really changed since last season. It's still the same issues. Yeah, that's just the points I want to make. But yeah, I can't hear anyone, so I'll let you lads crack on and I'll jump back in the chat.
Cheers, man. Appreciate you. Thank you so
buddy.
much, Dom.
Well, there
Thank
is
you, Dom.
a dose of reality if ever I had one.
Yeah. Well, it's man, I don't even know where to go from here, to be honest, because I just
Chris,
yeah.
I have a friend, I have a mate that has been wanting to get into the Premier League. He's been wanting to get into this football.
Yeah.
And I said, I sent him a Bruno shirt. He came down to my place from an hour away. He came down to my place from an hour away
and gave it back
to watch the West Ham. We lost 2-0. I said, all right, that was a bad game. Then we drew to Palace. He's like, all right. Then we drew to Liverpool. And now we lost to Brent. He's going to go away.
He's gonna go away, man. I thought you were gonna say I gave him a Bruno shirt. He came back and gave it back.
Well, you know what I mean? He's done. He's going to be done with this team.
Well, yeah. I mean, look, man. It's just and I don't know. I truly don't know how you move on from this. Like how you make this. How do you make this a better team?
I'm trying to spread the gospel.
Yeah.
You know, like Peter Paul and all these guys. They're not having it if we're gonna keep getting beat.
Exactly. It's it. But it's just so frustrating, man, because it feels like common sense mistakes. Gary, actually, we didn't get your full take. You know, you were not happy with Almiron when he came on either.
I mean, to be fair, I mean, I said weeks ago, and even though a lot of people in the chat disagreed with me, and I said if we carry on our current form, you know, we will be down in 14th place, and we're not far away now. If results go against us, we could be falling down into that 14th place spot. And you know, as much as people don't like to sometimes hear that, you know, I've just had a look, and Forest have just taken the lead against Man U, you know, so there's movement all around, and you know, people are saying these are lesser teams.
Hello.
Hello. Are you
Alfred,
okay?
do you hear us?
Can you hear us?
You guys cannot hear me, but I
Yeah,
feel
we
like
can.
after this game, it's time for Eddie Howe to show some emotions. I want to see him angry or show some emotions after the game. He has to. I mean, maybe it's because I remember the days from Kevin Keegan, but I want to see, like, when we are not playing well, I want to see that he's not happy with it. I feel like I still support him, but he needs to give us fans something, like some sort of emotions, because if we're not happy, he also needs to show that to us as fans. So I don't mind results, but I want to see emotions from him also, and I think that's time. He cannot always give the same response after every game we lose. He has to also show us that he genuinely cares.
Mm.
Well, I'm guessing that
I
Ulfa's
wonder
actually heard
if
his
you guys
post-match reaction.
agree
Well,
with me on this.
yeah, we agree with you. He can't hear us, but we agree with you. And, you know, good
I
takes
mean,
right there.
that's what I remember with King Kev.
Yeah, KK certainly he was fire, man. He's spitting fire when we didn't perform, and even
I'm
I
gonna
guess
try to get some sound so I can hear you guys.
yeah, gotcha, man. No worries, no worries. Take care, Alpha. Take care. Appreciate it, mate. Good takes. You know, having passion. I mean, I did see him yelling on the sideline, if you will. I mean, I guess.
I love Ulfer. I gotta go as well. I love you guys.
All right, mate.
See you,
Well,
Ben.
Yeah,
Cheers, buddy.
take care, brother. Take care, Pittsburgh Max. Let's go with some comments though. Two in here says Eddie, how is a clown? Let him out of our club before it's too late. Ronald, he says I say spend, and take the points. And so like you know they get punished. I guess you could say. You're saying. Well, I don't know if we would have done that before with these points that we have now, we'd be in relegation zone. With these points we got now. So I don't know if we want to take that risk. Tangy Vivid, Jose would be showing emotions right now. Well, I tell you what, I can assure you that. I
Well,
don't
all I
know.
can say there, I'm guessing that Ulfa must have seen Eddie Howe's post-match reaction, which I haven't seen yet.
Well, not really though. I mean, because
Been on
it's
here.
the same thing. You don't have to see them. It's the same thing every week.
I
So
don't bother. Yeah,
He'll
exactly.
have said we've played well for 60 minutes again, you know, which is
yeah,
what he does
exactly.
all the time.
Um,
Can I just go on while you're doing some of that? Just to say, yeah, the one thing that I'm not going to back Eddie here because, like I said, I've said for weeks now, if we carry on, we are going to be, you know, down in I said 14th place position wise. So, like I said, I was. No, I've never said I was Eddie out, and I never will because I don't like, you know, to think that these guys get in and out of jobs. But if we perform bad in our career, we show the door. So there's no excuse for these guys to be, you know, sat on a throne saying that it's not you know a sackable offence to do what he's done. But the only thing I'm going to say, and like I say, this isn't me supporting anything that what's happened today, is when you've got a defensive line like we've had today, that's been as poor as it's been today. You can't blame everything on what Eddie Howe's done because you cannot justify at least 3 of those 4 goals that went in today because of the defenders. And it was pure poor defending from start to finish. There was a couple of stray balls. I understand that's led to goals, but we've backed off so much today into our own box and allowed shots from the edge of the box to happen. I just don't understand that. I don't understand why you can't just close the ball. You know, close the ball. If they beat you with skill, then you take your hat off and say, I've been done by a better player. But when you don't impose yourself until you're, you know, you're like on the blooming 10-yard box type of thing, on the 10-yard lines, you're creating issues against you. And like I say, even Popey today looked unsure. You know, you go through the entire back line and you question, you know, what has happened between Wednesday and now because they don't look the same unit at the back completely. And you can pick bounds from every single one of them. And the only kid, like I said to you before the end of the match, that had a little bit of, I suppose, can say, you know what, I tried my best today, was Tino out of a back line. So to me, that tells me that it's not just, you know, Eddie's decisions and the substitution he makes. The problem had started before that, before, you know, the game started, if you like, because it was their attitude coming onto the field. You often say if there's more than one player, there's something wrong. It's not just the individual. Well, we looked miles off it at the back today. There wasn't a single player that was willing to get involved. I mean, Shaw missed the header for that one goal, their third goal. You know, the front two, Hall backed off Mbuemo and allowed him to control the ball off his thigh and come inside and get the shot off. That was within 8 minutes of the game. So straight from the off, you can see there was something that wasn't quite there. Now, again, I keep saying players do go up and down, but when you have a unit of players that play poorly together, is it the fact that we're putting too much on individual players? and they have to now take on the load because the lads around us aren't playing well? I'm not sure what the answer is to that. But to me, it was pure as daylight. As soon we were involved in the game, as much as it was a poor defensive first half, we were involved in the game going forward. We had balance. We was created as many opportunities as they were. I did say at the start of the game the conditions would probably suit uh, Brentford more than it was us. You know, we try and play that silky stuff a little bit more than they do. They look at overloading the ball in certain areas and getting players into the box quick. And you saw that again today. They were just a ball over the top, and they were shooting from everything from the 18-yard box to the 25-yard line. They were just taking pot shots. But there was loads of times during that game, especially the second half, where we started to make silly. For me, again, from one defensive mistake, which was Shaw's their third goal. We then have to panic, and that's what it was. It was Eddie panicking about we've got to get a goal back now, and from those immediate changes, we were entirely gone. It took us at least 5 to 10 minutes then to try and find some shape. We miss out completely on the right hand side because obviously we all know what Anthony Gordon can bring to the table, but again, didn't prove today that he was worthy of that left hand. He didn't really do anything. He didn't create anything different to what Harvey Barnes was doing over there. So again, I have to question, what does Eddie Howe see this season, not last season when he was on fire, this season that I don't, because I don't see it. You know, people in the chat say, well, Murphy did absolutely nothing. He provided, yet he goes missing, and yet there's a couple of wayward passes, but we wouldn't have scored those 2 goals if it was Anthony Gordon, Harvey Barnes, or Miggy Almiron on the right hand side. That's fact, because they don't play in the system that. And again, you've seen all of them play that role today. None of them play in that role that gives us anything down the right hand side. So the question has to be, from the outset, did Eddie make a mistake with the choice? Well, like I said, if Murphy's the only thing we've got on the right hand side, then you start him. He started him.
No, but see, the mistake is not there, to be honest. The mistake is that he broke the game once again. With Gordon coming on the left side and taking the best player on the pitch, Harvey Barnes, onto the right, and all of a sudden that's reset. You can't continue. You can't continue doing what you're doing. Isak, he was one of the best players as well. I don't know. He just everybody at the end. Just I don't even know the solution, man. What's the solution?
Well,
to
the first thing is Gary started his rant or whatever you want to call it by saying that the defence who played so well on Wednesday night felt a bit today. But the defence on Wednesday night, bear in mind, conceded 3 goals.
3 goals. Yeah.
Yes, conceded 4.
I didn't think that was I didn't think we defended good anyway.
2 games, which somebody's on me before saying they've let in 6. They've let in 7 in 2 games now.
Yeah.
And therein lies
9 in 3 games. That's what I'm saying. Yeah, but when in the past, and that's what I'm saying. We've all said, we may not be scoring goals, but we're not conceding goals. Yeah. Now we just seem to be conceding.
Everybody is saying Lewis Hall is this fantastic footballer. It was Lewis Hall versus Burma, and Lewis Hall against Salah on Wednesday.
Yeah.
But this is when everybody was having a go at when Dan Burn was playing left back in the best defense in the league.
Yeah,
everybody was having a go at Dan Burn
because it's an obvious thing. Because Dan Burn is not a left back. No. Don't bring that up into trying to accommodate into this debate. Dan Burn is not a left back. Never was a left back. He played a left back for 2 years, season and a half, just because that's Eddie Howe's way of doing it. He was never born a left back. Never was a left back. Lewis Hall.
Best defense in the league.
No, it wasn't. No, it wasn't. It
was.
Lewis Hall is a left back. He's certainly he's a midfielder in the beginning of his career, but he's always a left back. You're not going to all of a sudden say Lewis Hall needs to be a midfielder now because he let Mbuemo score. So it's not the same thing. It's not the same thing. Look, the main thing here is they score on us easy. They do. it looks like we can do it offensively. We can the attack, we score, we do this, we do that. But the defense, why are they so dire, man? It can't just be Lewis Hall is the problem. All of a sudden now it's Lewis Hall. No, it can't be that.
No, it's and it's
You-
Shea.
Well, well,
Shea's the main problem for me.
you've got to ask: did we not have any protection because of the challenges in the middle of the park? Did we not have any protection from that? A deeper lying player like Tonali in the sixth
Tonali,
role.
Exactly.
You know what I mean?
But that is the problem.
It could be small things that just take the psychological effect on the players behind you because we've often seen playing the three that you had there today in the middle of the park. You've seen Fabian Shaw speaking to the manager in the dugout saying we have no protection. I mean, the biggest thing for me today was aerial balls. And then the balls that land in that, they're just pumped up into the zone, and we looked all over the place. They just didn't seem to have any grit or any fight or challenge in them to actually put a challenge in on the edge of the box. Yeah, you create a free kick or you give a foul away, but it's not a goal away. And that, to me, drives me insane. When you're not putting your foot or your body in line and saying to yourself, well, if you're going to get past me, you've got to bloody work to get past me, then there's something wrong. And that's where I am with this team at the minute. We look all over the shop when it comes to a defensive line. We don't look, like I said, there's certain individuals that will shine more than others in certain games. We've mentioned about Louis Hall, but with Louis Hall, he's still learning his trade. And yeah, you can say about Salah roasted him. I think Salah roasted him once in the first half. And he pushed the ball across into what's his name?
Jones for a worldie.
Jones. You know what I mean? So you can't really blame Hall for that one. I mean, Lloyd Kelly did the same and he got roasted, I suppose, the last time when he stood up to a player. It depends on how the manager's asking them to play. And today, if you noticed, he did exactly the same against Umbremo. He stood up rather than getting stuck into the challenge. He stood up. Now, is that the conversation that's been had by the manager and the defensive unit? Don't dive in, stand up, make them work. Well, if you're not that type of player and you haven't got the mindset, it's going to affect your game. And to me, the two games that he's played, standing up rather than going for the challenge, isn't his game because he's been roasted every time.
Gary, real quick. Oh, sorry. Were you going to say something, Chris?
No, go ahead. Finish.
Gary, you know what I found even more problematic than the area? You're right about the area, but I agree. The biggest thing was the giveaways in midfield. I mean, Harvey Barnes assisted. It was a nice assist to the other team. It was that. It was the giveaways in midfield. Then Carvalho had space. Mbeumo had space. And even when Mbeumo didn't have space, you could just get a ball in and around his vicinity. His first touch was outstanding today. He could settle the ball from anywhere. He could either play make, or he could go drive, or he could, it was the giveaway. That's a big reason why our defense also has been awful, because of the giveaways in midfield. We're immediately under pressure, guys. Immediately. And there's space. That was the most disturbing thing today. The giveaways in the midfield in our half. And then and then in that second half, which was, it was wow. That was a murder. It was a murder on live TV. And that kept happening and then we couldn't get out of our half. Couldn't long ball it because then one of their three center halves would just head it, and then they'd go right back down to our end and try to score. It was nothing works anymore. There's no balance.
Boki, thank you for joining us, man. What do you think? What do you think about this game?
I think it's another Howe shit show, to be perfectly honest. He's in-game planning is rubbish. I mean, I know I sound like a broken record, I know, but he's just got no plan B. The day, why wasn't there another striker brought onto the pitch? Why didn't we have we've got Wilson? If Wilson isn't fit, why have him on the bench?
But he did come on.
Yeah, he came on, but he didn't. He came on and he didn't because he wasn't there. He wasn't available. He didn't run. I don't know.
He came on.
Did he come on?
Yeah, he came on. Literally.
Allegedly.
That's the problem. He came on and you didn't see him. That's the problem. I guarantee you that based on energy alone, and I'm going to let you finish, Boki, sorry, but just based on energy alone, based on what we've seen, Osula would be at least visible to the live commentary because of the energy that he brings to the table. But then, go on, Boki.
I mean, I completely missed him coming on. To be perfectly honest, what time in the match did he come on?
77, I think it was.
I missed when Trippier came on too.
Yeah, that was in the 85th, I think it was, something like that.
Yeah.
Jesus,
I think
mean,
that speaks volumes. Sorry to I was just gonna make this point real quick. I think it speaks volumes, guys, about like we don't notice when you're in a good moment, when you have a manager you really believe in and you're struggling in a game and they make subs, you notice it and you're like, that makes sense. We have a chance in this. With us right now, it's like when we make subs, I didn't notice. I didn't. Guys, there's nothing left in the tank. Sorry, Boki. Go on. I just had to get that out.
no, you're fine. He's just, as I say, he's lost it in my view. The back four, he's all right. The problem is we don't have a leader in the back four, a proper leader. And the other thing is, I mean, Hall and Tino are young lads. The two older defenders should be covering for them. They should be telling them where they need to be, what they need to be doing, when they should be pushing forward, when they should be pushing back. And they don't get any of that leadership from them. I mean, if anything, they tend to sometimes have to cover for the two centre-backs.
Yeah, because they're young and they got pace to burn. Yeah, but that's the thing. Our center back, we need center backs. They are not good enough.
Certainly Botman is gonna. We're missing him. That's a fact.
Right.
And
you cannot use having Botman injured as an excuse for what.
Oh no, we lose if we have.
But it's just, but clearly Botman is one of the best defenders we got. He's not playing. We're missing him, right? It's just basic math. So, not blaming, or he would come for Burn. I'm not blaming Burn for everything that's going badly in Newcastle.
Well, for me, Burn didn't have a bad game the day at all.
Oh, that's fine. Yeah. But Botman is better. So that's the thing. Again, we keep on being happy with the he didn't have a bad game. Longstaff didn't have a bad game. But Tonali is 100 miles better. So he needs to play. It's as simple as that. You know what I mean? And but somebody was saying, I think Steve maybe, keep playing like this, man. These players are not going.
13th in the table, by the way, because Man United have just equalised.
Yeah, it's 1-1. Yeah.
And
so, quick question: Who do you think is the best at playing the number 6? Not that we're playing natural number 6, but the number 6 role. Because to me, it's Tonali.
Tonali all day long for me. That's why I couldn't understand.
So why not rest Bruno the day?
Because he gave him the captaincy too quick.
Yeah. He's not a captain, Bruno. He's again, it's a bit of
not a pro bar captain.
It's debatable, isn't it? And you know when it goes hard.
Management decisions that he's getting wrong, in my opinion.
But see, here's the thing, though. Yeah, you're right. However, Eddie can say, maybe he doesn't think, by the way, like this, but Eddie can say, man, I screwed up with Bruno, making him a captain. But I tell you what, I've still got a job to do, week in and week out. I'm pointing out the example of Gundogan. It's amazing. He comes on from Barcelona. He is a captain of this team automatically. He's deserved it. But then he gets subbed off. No issue. That's not an issue for Pep Guardiola because it's a job ahead that you need to do. The armband is not going. No, yeah, he comes on. He gets the armband right back.
By the way, pointing at Pep Guardiola right at the middle.
Go, man. Mighty Win. Stop, bro. Stop trying. What are you saying? That he's a rubbish manager now? Literally, man. Stop.
I understood what Chris was saying.
Yeah, so do I. But all I'm saying is that.
Oh, tongue in cheek. Yeah. Fair.
No, he's saying that Pep Guardiola is not having a good season, so he's rubbish now. You can't emulate him. No, bro.
No,
even in his rubbish.
No. Mighty Win.
You're equating that to Gundogan getting the captaincy and Bruno having the captaincy.
No, what I'm trying to say is that the captaincy and the armband doesn't say. Guardiola doesn't think, oh my God, he's got the captaincy now. I can't not play Gundogan because I'm a bad guy. No, it's just football, man.
What I'm saying is that Bruno, whether he's got the armband on or not, needs to be on the pitch because we haven't got a player that's better than him.
But you don't argue that with Tonali.
The argument is, where do you play Bruno? And I play Tonali as the 6 and Bruno as the 8. Dead simple, like we did on Wednesday.
Yeah, but all season you've been saying Longstaff brings something to the table, so he has to be. Tonali has to be on the bench.
No, that's
but you don't say that about Bruno. So you see how unfair that is. It's unfair to Tonali.
Hang on.
Because you justify Eddie putting Longstaff in for Tonali because he brings something to the table, but you don't justify that with Bruno. You say Bruno needs to play because we don't have another player like him. That's what you're saying right now. You see how contradictory you are.
Saying,
Well, but you make no sense because Tonali is the one player that needs to be on the pitch, no matter
agree
what.
with you.
No, but you don't though, because you used the whole season. You said Tonali, Longstaff brings something, so it is what it is.
Yeah,
Tonali will come off
I'm
the
not
bench.
saying Longstaff necessarily
get the
couldn't play,
popcorn,
although
man.
I wouldn't play him personally. But what I'm saying is that Bruno and Tonali should definitely be playing.
Yeah.
Is there not
So
something wrong
so
with the
so
training as
uh,
well, though?
just going on from what Balky's just been saying, because like I say, I always like to try and back up, you know, issues and things like that we are seeing. I don't know whether you can see this, guys, because I know we've got lots on the screen. I don't know whether you want to
Oh, we
put
can
it up,
say that.
Chris. Yeah.
We can say that.
As
With
you
this
can
setup
see,
is weird though. Oh,
yeah.
there we go.
So,
Got it. We got it.
you got it there, yeah. So what we've got here, I don't know how much you can see, but look at the gap between our back line and our midfield three. I think if you're saying to me that Bruno is our six, I think that tells you exactly where we aren't getting any coverage in our defensive line. The most forward player today we had, and everybody's calling him a waste of space, was Murphy. So I think that tells you in itself where the protection was and where the protection wasn't.
And this taps into my point earlier about the giveaways near the halfway line. Look at all that space to be exploited.
And that pass that was here from Harvey Barnes into this situation, which is what they went on to score with, you can see now why how dangerous that pass was when you've got players, like I say, in the positions that they are. We were so mismatched today, and like I say, again, I'll go back. Potentially, it could have been some of the elements, and potentially, like I say, it could have been just players just not up to the scratch today. But there was too many players that played poorly for me to actually say, Eddie Howe hasn't got some responsibility on this one.
Well, everyone's responsible.
And what's the famous saying? If if one player has a bad game, it's down to the players.
That's my saying, by the way.
And if everybody has a bad game, it's down to the manager.
Exactly. Well, look, we lost the game, man. What the hell are we going to say? We can't keep crying over spoiled milk. I gotta go eat. I love me some food. And actually, got to put up Eddie Howe's comments. The title is "You Can't Defend Like That and Win Games." Whoa, he invented Coca-Cola. So we're gonna put in that video after the show. I'm sure there's another player that's lined up to give his reaction or their reaction to the game. So stay tuned for those videos. Thank you so much to everybody that's jumped in. We still got 125 people watching, so appreciate everybody right now. But hit the like button, subscribe if you're new. Don't forget, tomorrow we're off. Tomorrow Sunday, man. We need some time off from this nonsense, and back on Monday to energize once again. Hopefully, Mighty Win will have energy because he's been on the piss all day, drinking on the job. But
I don't think we could do the player scores on this one.
No, man, it's super low. Well, you can get. We will put it up on the website. You guys can touch it up on Monday on your breakfast
touch
show.
Up on our breakfast show.
All right. Thank you so much for your support. Thank you, Boki, for. Oh, he left. Thank you for him. Thank you everybody that's joined us. Thank you everybody that's liked, subscribe. Stay tuned for the post match comments. Appreciate you, Steve, Gary, and Mighty Win. We will see you all on the next one, folks.
Take care, all.
Away the lads.
Away the lads at last.